Are you burning it down or are you building it up? Michael McLean, badassmillionaire.com, on an early 15,000 step walk. The toughest advice for the toughest businessmen. Welcome to today's daily mental kick in the pants. 365 days of consecutive videos shot on a broken iPhone 7. The ugliest videos, as the great Vern Fonk would say, the ugliest homemade videos on the interwebs. So, question today. Are you burning your life down or are you building your life up? Are you burning your personal world down, setting it ablaze every day? Or are you building your personal badass millionaire world up? Let's take a little 24-hour tour. Typical day in Michael McLean's lifestyle, in my business world, in my personal world, as a businessman, entrepreneur, husband, father, community leader, marketer. 24 hours, am I building my world or am I burning my world to the ground? As one of my friends, great badass millionaire world builders, said, tomorrow starts today. Tomorrow starts today. And what he means by this is that tomorrow always starts with what time you go to bed the night before. Period. Are you getting your 8 hours sleep? You don't need 4, you don't need 5, you don't need 7. You need 8 hours of quality sleep per night. So when I wanted to start building my world, I started going to bed consistently. You can't build any world without consistency. My magic number was 10 p.m. Lights out at 10 p.m. This allows me to rise at 6 a.m. a few minutes before 6 with 8 hours of solid rest. What does sleeping do? It allows your brain to grow, to repair, especially your teenagers, your children and your teenagers, even your young adult children, need between 10 and sometimes up to 12 hours sleep per night. I've coached this level of kid my entire career in hockey, from age 5 to age 25. And sleep has always been a weapon for my athletes. And I used to pound this into their heads. You need 10 to 12 hours of quality sleep. Not sleep with your phone beside you, not sleep watching TikTok videos till 2 a.m, but going to sleep like you and I need to, same time every night, and rising at the exact same time. There's no alarm clocks needed. I go to bed at 10, I get up at 6. I go to bed at 10, I get up at 6, period. So, number one, are you getting consistent sleep? Are you going to bed at the exact same time every night? And are you getting up at the exact same time every day? Your body will adjust. It will thrive with the consistency. If you have to stay up late on a weekend, you still get up at the exact same time every day. Have a nap, make up for some time, but consistency rules the day with sleep. So there's a win or a loss right there. Sleep 8 hours per night. What time are you going to bed? Do you have the discipline to shut it off, to shut it down, to take a break, to spend some quality time with your family before bed, shut off the screens, lights out, and 8 hours of quality sleep, getting up at the same time every morning? Are you building it or are you burning it to the ground? Sleep is, by the way, a weapon. Sleep is the ultimate weapon for you, your spouse, your children. Nothing more important than quality sleep. We live in a society now where People are so depressed and anxious and medicated and distracted. Well, a big, huge part of it is the fact that because of technology, most of our children, our teenagers, business people, entrepreneurs, we're not sleeping. You don't need a sleep coach. Go to bed at the same time every night and rise at the same time, and make sure it's early. There, I just saved you $5,000 from hiring some goofy sleep coach. Get your ass to bed. Make sure there's no technology in your bedroom. Sleep for 8 hours, get up, and build it. So that's a huge one. So you rise, let's say it's 6 a.m., 5:55 like I do. What's the first thing you're doing? My question to you is, are you playing offense or are you playing defense when your eyes open? So if you sleep with any technology in your bedroom, your cell phone, your smartphone, whatever you want to talk about it, and then you're playing not to lose. You're playing the 99% game. You're that guy. You're the guy that's needy. You're the guy that's repelling business. You're the needy guy who needs that text, needs to check what's happening in the world, is trapped in politics and news of the 99%. All politics and news is for the 99%. It's not for the 1%. It's for the 99%. So if you're watching Main Street News, if you're participating in social media, if you're watching hours and hours of professional sport, that's all for the 99%, the quiet desperation majority. So if you want to be a top 1%er, those things are not in your world. They're simply not in your world. Mainstream news is not in my world. Anti-social media is not in my world. I post these, I use social media for business, for commercial, but I don't even participate on it. I don't even know how to access Facebook. I wouldn't know how to access Twitter. I don't spend any time on any of those swamps. So do you start your day playing defense or do you start your day playing offense? Simple question. And it has everything to do with how much you, or whether or not, here comes the car, good morning. It has everything to do with, do you take that smartphone into your bedroom? Should be no technology in your room. So that decision right there, I'm burning my world to the ground or I'm building my world up. So you wake up in the morning, there's two ways you can go. You can lose control of your day, which 99% of entrepreneurs do. They lose control of their day in the first 10 minutes. They get up and they check their phone. That's all you need to do to burn it to the ground. You get up, you check your phone. What's in your phone? Somebody else's agenda, somebody else's crisis, somebody else's emergency, somebody else's agenda. As an example, I never, ever, ever check my phone till at least 11 a.m. every single morning. Days like Sunday, I don't check it at all. So are you playing offense or are you playing defense? All you have to do is leave that phone downstairs in the safe, in the drawer, lock it away for the next day. So you've got up, you're either playing offense or you're playing defense. You're either building it or you're burning it to the ground. So next thing, what are you doing in those? These are your magic first hour of the day. This is what separates the men from the children, okay? This is your magic hour. The most powerful hour in your day is the first hour. I don't give a shit whether you say you're a morning person or not. Does not matter. The most focused, the most important hour of the day is the first hour after you open your eyes. So what do? Are you getting up and spending that magic time on a phone or texting or drinking coffee? Or have you got up and said, okay, I'm going to put on my shoes, I'm going to put on my shorts, my hat, and I'm going to go for a walk. Half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour, hour and a half, whatever it is. That's time with yourself. That's solitude. That's the opportunity to get out in nature, fresh air, sunshine, rain, wind, cold, hot, and that gets your motor going, gives your organs and your body a chance to wake up, and it's just the highlight of the day. I've changed this throughout my career many times. Sometimes I used to start with my writing the first hour of the day. Sometimes I used to read the first hour. At this point in my life, I get up and I do my 15,000 steps. Do you get up and do you move? Do you get up and do something physical for 15 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, whatever it is? Hold up, buddy. Stay. I'll get your collar on. Hey, stay here, buddy. So you need to pick one of the big three for that first hour. What is your number one priority? What's your number one pressing, not necessarily urgent, what's your number one priority that's going to move the needle in your business? What's the number one priority that's going to move the needle in your life in a positive way? What's going to build this more than anything else? So through the years, that's changed. It's been reading for an hour. It's been writing, copywriting for an hour with my marketing, and it's been walking. So I do all three, but that first hour is called your magic time. That's when you do your deep work. That's when you shut off all technology. You pour yourself, a glass of water. You sit down and you write for an hour, or you go walking for an hour, or you read for an hour. You get up early so that you're not distracted by family members. If they're already up, you can hop in your car, which I've done for years in my truck, grab a coffee, sit down by the lake, sit down by the river, sit at the park. Gives you an opportunity to pray for a few minutes, to give thanks to your creator, an opportunity to meditate if you do something like that. Gives you a chance to write in your journal, your goals, your gratitude, and then that one thing, that number one thing. What's your mission? What's your most important thing to do every day? Get it done in that first hour. No matter what happens the rest of the day, own that first hour. If you own that first hour, you're going to be a 6-figure minimum earner. If you own the first 2 hours of your day, you are going to be a minimum 7-figure $1 million earner. And if you own the first 3 hours of your day, 3 hours of pure undistracted time working on the important, then you are going to be an 8-figure minimum earner. I have lived all three levels. I have lived the 1 hour, which catapulted my life from mediocrity, then to 7 figures with 2 hours per day. And now for years, I've dedicated 3 to 5 hours of solitude work, and that results in nothing less than an 8-figure income. So you're either building it or you're tearing it down. If you're not making enough money, if you don't have enough income, I just need to see what you're doing the first hour of the day, the first 2 hours a day, first 3 hours a day. And I can guarantee you've lost control of your day in the first 10 minutes. Are you building it up, your world, or are you tearing it the hell down? So after you've got your 1 hour or your 2 hours, your 3 hours of timed work, then after that, you take some breaks. Then it's time to do the busy work, what I call. So that can be a lot of things. You shower, you dress. Now you can check emails. I check emails after 11 a.m. And I reply to the emails that I sent the day before. I reply and then I shut it off again. And I usually then do some more copywriting. If you're in an office, you do your work, you have your lunch, you maybe go for another walk, and then you do your things in the afternoon. In the afternoon, I always have a 20-minute to 35-minute nap. This resets my entire body, resets my mind, and I feel like I almost am starting over again. So I've always done that from my dad's recommendation. I've always had a mid-afternoon nap. 20 minutes in a chair, 20 minutes on a couch. I don't lie in a bed or any of that stuff or shut it down for 2 hours. I just have what my dad always called power naps. My dad calls them power naps, and I always wondered how he could sleep so little at night. Power naps, he said. So the rest of your day, your willpower wanes as the day goes on. So you've made those key decisions. You've used your magic time. You've got in your exercise. You've got in your marketing. You've got in your reading. What are you reading? What are you putting in your mind? Are you sitting there reading, CNN? Or are you reading Think and Grow Rich? Or other great books that, we learn and we grow from. So these are all the decisions you make. And then, where's your finish time? At the end of the day, I'm always finished work by 3 o'clock. And I'll let you in on one of my secret weapons. One of my secret weapons to my productivity has always been end times. If I jump on a webinar, the first thing I say to everybody on there is I'm like, I need to be out of here at 2 p.m. If I have a team meeting with my hockey players, I would always say, I need to be out of here at, 7:05. I have end times for everything. I have end times for my reading. I have end times for my walking. I have end times for my copywriting. Today I'm going to be writing part of my newsletter. I will set the timer, start times and end times, start times and end times. Sometimes I write for 20 minutes. Sometimes I'll write for 60 minutes. Sometimes I'll write for 90 minutes, but start and end times. So with your work day, where's your end time? Where's the finish line? How do you know that you've won? You carry that football across the line, there needs to be a line and there needs to be a clock that expires. Okay, I'm not going to play football without two goal lines. Hang on, buddy. You're good. There, go ahead. And a clock. So mine has always been, come on, bud, always been 3 o'clock because that's when I have to pick up my daughter Emery from school during the school year. So automatically in my mind all day, I'm push. I'm fast. And I'm always thinking, okay, I need to be wrapping this up around 2:30. And that has been such a home run for me is end times. And that's how I build it. So at 2:30, I shut it off. I start to put my laptop away. If I'm working in town at the Mastermind House, whatever it is. And then I sit down with my journal, my day timer, and I literally do a 5-minute brain dump. And I write the 3 or 4 things I have to accomplish the next day. Boom, written out. Close the day timer, close the laptop, pack it all together, my markers, my Sharpies, my whatever, my water bottle, and I pack it all together and I head out to the truck at, 10 to 3, and my day is over. So I pick up my daughter at school and we do our thing. We could be going playing chess, we could be playing tennis, we could be going to power skating, we could have the night off, whatever it is. Soon as I walk in that door, let's say at 4 o'clock, at home, no matter where we are, Naples or Audie Lake, I take my cell phone, it's shut off for the night. So there's no more work. I don't have anybody texting me. I'm not part of any goofy text groups. I don't have any fucko friends that, texting me about the game. I can watch the game myself without them contacting me. So these are the things. I put it in the drawer and it's gone. I have the discipline to shut it down and put it in the drawer. I don't ever even think about looking at it again. Some of my world builders have a lockbox at the front door. So they walk in, they shut it down, they put in the laptops, they put in their iPads, they put in their cell phones, and their kids do too. And boom, they're in the lockbox of the door. Just like taking off your shoes. You don't walk around the house with your dirty shoes on all over the carpet. So just like brushing your teeth, when you get home at night, 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, it's family time. It's time to spend with your family. If you can't do this, it's because you've been fucking around all day. That's exactly why. There's not a human being on earth that can work more than five massive hours. If you work an hour of consistency, 2 hours, 3 hours, that's world class. If you can work 4 or 5 focused hours, you're done at 5 hours. There's nothing left to give. You don't fool me. This 9 to 5, that's for the 99%. That was invented, years and years and decades ago for the physical work. If you do mental work like I do, which is selling and writing and marketing, you have 3 to 5 hours of mental energy per day. This is why I call it magic time, till you are done. So if you waste that time in the morning, it's no wonder you can't shut off your phone at 6 o'clock, because you haven't accomplished anything, because you've been screwing around all day. You don't fool me. Every man has 3 to 5 maximum hours. If you have 3 hours, 4 hours of maximum focus, you are top 1% of 1%. For me to put 5 hours in a row of all that stuff with some breaks, man, that's an A++ day. Usually I'm done after 3 to 4 hours. I got nothing left. I haven't lived the 9 to 5 in 19 years. The 9 to 5 is as outdated as the old school system, where we take the agricultural school system, where we take the summers off so the kids can plow the fields. Well, that's about the 9 to 5 or the 8 to 5 or whatever you want to call it. That was for physical labor, which, by the way, is not nearly as taxing or tiring as mental. Sit down and read for an hour. I challenge you. Sit down and write copy for an hour with no distractions. Go for a 15,000 step walk. And when you've done those 3 things, you tell me how you feel. You'll be like, okay, now I can do the low mental activities of email, opening up your physical mail, taking a break, taking a nap, maybe interviewing somebody, whatever the hell it is. So I have high level mental activities first thing in the morning, and I have low level, really low level activities in the afternoon. I might read a magazine on the dock. I might call my parents. I might, answer some emails, whatever it is. So there's high level and there's low level. But if you don't get it done first thing in the morning, you're just burning your world to the ground. Nighttime is for family. It's for those that you love. Every single night at 6 o'clock-ish, the McLeans sit down and we have family dinner. Of course, there's no technology whatsoever at the table. I don't give a shit if your kids are teenagers or whatever. You set the tone. When the king doesn't rise, the kingdom dies. So automatically that's a time to sit down with your family and talk to each other. And it's more than talk about your day. You know what we talk about? Like I said in my video last week, we have a seamless world. My work is my life and my life is my work. So I don't have any of this where, okay, I'm done working. For me, the store is never closed. The office is never closed. But like when we're sitting at the dinner table, one of my daughter's favorite activities is for me to tell stories from the olden days. Come on, Cliff, this way, buddy. And stories are what people remember. Stories are what we're hardwired to learn by stories. So I love telling stories to my daughter and to my wife. And my daughter, it says, tell me that story about the general store. Tell me that story about growing up in the general store. Tell me another story about grandpa. Tell me that story about how you took grandma's pots and pans to the end of the driveway and sold them at a garage sale. Tell me about your lemonade stands. Tell me about your window washing business and all these things. So the dining room table at 6 o'clock at night or whenever you sit down with your wife and your children is tell stories. My God, your children will love to hear your stories. Oh, they're too old for that, Michael. What bullshit. They're not too old for that. It's just like, it's so important. And it's magnetic and they remember them. I tell the stories of being arrested by the police because my brother and I were driving our dirt bikes on the road. I talk about what we used to do on Halloween. I talk about old Christmases. I talk about all these different stories. I talk about how I had a garage sale at the end of my driveway on a Saturday and I went in the kitchen and got all my mom's kitchen utensils, her expensive pots and pans and all these things, and just telling stories. So that's what we do at the table. I don't no work or something. What I say is no technology. And we just tell story after story after story. And stories make people laugh. Stories make people remember. They're great teaching points. I talk about my best friends at high school, my best friends in middle school, my best friend in kindergarten. I talk about where some of these people are. My daughter is so interested. So there can be teaching in that as well. You share your mistakes, share your screw ups, share your difficulties and challenges and all these different things. And it just makes such a big difference. And God, your kids will love that. And your wife will love that too. The other thing after dinner is we always read to Emery. We use that read aloud handbook methodology about reading every night. And she's lights out at 8:30 at the latest. And then Krista and I in the summer, we sit on that boat back there and talk again, just connecting. We watch sometimes a recorded show, depending upon no real TV, just recorded show. And then after that, it's time to really, relax and get ready to shut it all down at 10 o'clock. Two things that I've been doing at bedtime that have made a measurable difference in my life are number one is just before we turn the lights out. As you may or may not know, my wife and I do a gratitude list. So she asks me what I'm grateful for that day, and I ask her what she's thankful for that day. And we each take about 3 or 4 minutes when we're lying in bed and say, I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for Emery going to camp. I'm grateful for my mom and dad being healthy and independent. I'm grateful for, having a roof over my head, having food to drink. I'm grateful for, Naples or Audie Lake. I'm grateful for the ability to coach other men, this kind of stuff. 3 or 4 things, whatever it is. It's different each day. And then Krista does the same thing. And that's how we end our day. That's how we end our day. We start our day with gratitude journaling. In my journal, I journal every morning first thing for 2 or 3 minutes. And I just write what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for this, thankful for this, thankful for that. And then at the end of the day, I just verbally, I'm thankful for this, thankful for this, thankful for this. And what a great way to start your day and finish your day. And your wife, your queen will love it if you have the guts to implement it in your life. Here's something brand new I've been doing. And I got this from reading a book on Thomas Edison. And Edison had 1,000 trademarked inventions, not just the light bulb, but he had 1,000 trademarked inventions over. So the guy was just a machine, a badass inventor. So what Edison did, and he had like 2,000, 3,000 failures, by the way, inventions. So 1,000 documented, trademarked inventions. The big one, of course, the light bulb. But reading this book, he said, every night before you go to bed, give your subconscious one thing to work on. Think about how powerful that is. Your subconscious is going to work for 8 hours, no matter what, however long you sleep. So instead of just lights out, that's it, because we dream, we think about TV shows, we think about work, we think about, all these things that can be very negative and affect our sleep. So Edison, what he used to do is he said, no. He said, give your subconscious one thing to work on, and it'll work on it for 8 hours. So we've been testing this. So before lights out, Krista always says one thing that she wants her subconscious to work on, and I've been doing the same. And I'm knee deep in writing my newsletter right now. So my instruction for the last few nights has been, please bring me inspiration and motivation and ideas that will change businessmen's lives through my writing. Just simple as that. Help me write my newsletter. And each morning I've been getting up. It's only been a few mornings, but when I'm writing in my journal and on my cards, I've had this list of all these inspirational ideas to share with my newsletter subscribers. By the way, you can subscribe for the first ever newsletter, paper and ink newsletter, at badassletter.com. That's badassletter.com. If you haven't got a copy of my new book, you can correct that mistake at nobullbook.com. That's nobullbook.com. But man, so far giving my subconscious one thing to work on has made such a big difference. So that is that. And then it's lights out with 8 hours of sleep. So anytime I don't get 8 hours sleep now, I pay the price, right? I'm burning it down. I'm burning it down. So that is something to keep in mind. Very, very important is, and I have it written on my bathroom mirror, everything you think, every decision you make, every every habit that you create, everything that becomes your lifestyle, every single action you take is either building the world of your dreams, or it is tearing it the hell down, or it is tearing it and burning it the hell down. Every book you read, every person you associate with, whether you book date night or not, whether you walk, whether you read, whether you write, the news you watch, social media, how much time you spend on your phone, what you do on your weekends, how much you pray, how much you meditate, how much you do all this, how much you drink, how much, if you're taking medications, all of this stuff is either building the world of your dreams, or it is tearing it and burning it down. So every decision, keep that in mind. That's it. If you're interested in my subscription, the deadline's coming up. I don't care if you subscribe or not to my new newsletter. You have to be not serious. You have to be a pretender not to subscribe to a $97 per month physical newsletter. Like, I don't even make money on these newsletters. By the time I print it, put in my time and FedExes to you each month, throw in a free t-shirt and a free book. By the time I do all that, there's no profit in this. This is just the foundation of my business, but it's not the profitable part of my business. Go to badassletter.com and subscribe. I subscribe to 17 paper and ink newsletters. Everybody from Fury, Doberman Dan, Russell Brunson, all these obscure guys, even like John Carlton. I got all of them. There's just, and every month my mailbox, I'm just like, yes, my Doberman Dan letter is here. Yes, my John Carlton letter is here. That kind of stuff. So it's just an investment in your business, your marketing, your marriage, your children, and, building your world. How the hell are you going to build your world by yourself without investing? If you can't invest $3.23 a day, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing here? You're just being entertained by videos. If you can't invest $3.23 a day, really, you're on the wrong list. You're just entertaining yourself, but you're not building anything. You're not building the world. You're just getting up, being, entertained by a video on a broken iPhone, and just basically, everything's the same. You're just regressing. So instead, dig in your heels and man up and invest a little bit in your marriage, in your family, in your marketing, and in your business. You can do that at badassletter.com. Remember to do what I do. Remember to hug your wife and children before the end of the day and tell them how much you love them. Nothing is more important. Nothing that I talk about is more important than you telling the people that are standing in front of you in your home, at the kitchen table, in the living room, in the vehicle, how much you love and appreciate them. Absolutely critical. And that is it for today. I'll be back tomorrow. If you like these messages, make sure you subscribe below. If you want to join my email video list, if you've just discovered these videos, you can go to badassmillionaire.com and you can buy my book there, but you also can subscribe for free to my daily email video, which is a reminder to these videos. It'll come to your email box. That's it. Until tomorrow, 2 words that change my life, 2 words that can change your life. Be relentless.